typically a move will need to take place, or you need to clarify things with your insurance, you need to get legal advice, you need to have your living wills, you need to, there's just a lot of things that you need to gather in a short amount of time usually, because it becomes crisis all of a sudden. And that was our passion, because a lot of those things take a long time to put together, and you're so drained taking care of your loved one that help was really welcomed when we were going through it.
So we wanted to really be able to spend time on, what her environment was, what she needed in the moment, and we wanted to be able to respond to that. But like Katie said, a lot of those things, if it meant a move or it meant bringing in some extra help when she was still at home, or figuring out how to help her organize her finances, those things took a lot of time, and it took a lot of figuring out. So we hope to be able to share through our journey just some of the things that we've learned. And then now that the nonprofit has been up and running, there's been a lot of work to compile resources to take that piece out for families so that you can focus on quality of life, and if it's the care that you're giving, the quality of care that you want for your loved one, and hopefully with our help at a place to start, we can make that easier for you.
We understand how you feel. We've been there, and when you get an Alzheimer's diagnosis, that's pretty much it. There's no cure, there's no treatment, and you kind of feel lost and abandoned almost, and that's kind of where we want to come in and just pick up some pieces and give you some momentum and be support and help navigate, and just be there for you.
I think one of the issues right now is that people aren't getting a formal diagnosis. So you might be living with a loved one who is showing signs of dementia and is starting to need a little bit of help, or you might need a little bit of support to figure out, well, what are some things I can do in the early stages? And that's something that I think we could help you with, because when you don't have a diagnosis, which sometimes comes very late. With my mom, the diagnosis of actually Alzheimer's didn't come for quite a long time, and I remember we kept asking, is this Alzheimer's, is this dementia? But clearly now, looking back, for me, it's so easy to see that those early signs were clearly dementia. And had we known that, and then we could have maybe even done some other things earlier. So just having people and families that have gone through it to talk to ask questions, or to kind of guide you to some services or places where you can start getting even just a little bit of information. Doesn't have to be so far down the road that you're looking for a facility or anything like that. It can be a very early on thing too.
I don't think that we knew early on a lot of the things that we could have done. Now we know exactly, like, what do you ask the doctor in order to have your insurance, cover more things, or how do you navigate through the medication landmines, and how do you, now we've had the opportunity to compile all that information, and you're not lost in the days of being on hold in trying to figure all that out. We have a lot of quick answers that can kind of guide you where you need to go, like what doctor you would need to see, what diagnosis you would need, what your insurance company is going to need, what to expect if something were to happen. Like, now we know, we've compiled it all, and not only through our mom, but because we've put together this nonprofit, because we're so passionate, that those are the pieces we can help you with too.